like that. It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello, that's the check calling. Let me click over real quick to let my check talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking. Right, I ain't never coming.
Okay, Coach, the playoffs are back at Lambeau, and the temps, well, they're where you would expect them in the frigid range. Just how the Cheeseheads like it here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Green Bay Packers. Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC Wild Card game. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready. 45. Here we go, G. Get off the field.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage. Stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, here's Breida. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Tighten down. There you go.
Looking to throw on second down. Starts. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Looking to throw. Starts. And that's complete to Adams. And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And now off to the races down the right side. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
I'm coming after you.
This is Breida, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
From the gun. Starts. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone as his guys are in for 6. And the Packers have taken the lead. Brett Maher on for the extra point. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go. 18 Gator.
Let's go,
Dude.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. 2 carries for him now on the opening drive, both for good yardage.
And based on film study, they thought that there was a chance to spring him more than once for some pretty good yardage in this game.
Right back to him on first down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 32-yard line. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball.
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Taking it in from a yard out. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast. But a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's a 2nd and 7. Got the connection here to Bourne. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's 2nd and 8. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They come out here in the I. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. It's a quarterback sneak. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
45. Mike, 45.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Kendrick Bourne there to make the grab. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Hey, Charlie! Shoot!
To throw on 2nd down. Wolf. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Wolf. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 1st down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got it at the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Give him 32 on the play.
Ready? 8, read. Check, watch the before, watch the screen. Lead
on the ground with a tight end. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Let's go. 50, play.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. To throw on third down. Wolf. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And that was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming.
From the gun on 3rd down. Starts. Complete to the running back, Matt Breida. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. 2nd and 4. Making the catch is Sternberger. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 36.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Check 31. Check 31.
Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4.
2nd and 6. Open man is born. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Back to throw. starts. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. On 1st and 10, starts. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing on 1st down. Starts. And that one falls incomplete, breaking his string of 7 straight passes completed.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams as the first half is winding down. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Wolf. Looking deep for Adams. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Operating from the gun. Wolf. And break. The tight end's got it. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wild card matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. From the gun, Wolf. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Here's Bradley Pena now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham able to get him for a loss of about 3.
Now, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball gets super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw, and that will be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Off play action. Wolf. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach, when I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier. Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Now this throw caught left side. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. On the tackle that time, Dean Lowry. Looking to throw on second down. Wolf. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Zadarius Smith. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Wolf. Oh, I can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the second time. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they begin this drive in very precarious field. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt. And if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Preston Smith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Off the play fake. Wolf. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Preston Smith getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Now it's Breida. And an alley to run. Touchdown, Packers. Matt Breida. 53 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
First down, Tampa Bay.
Ready, break.
1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go. 8 read.
56. I'm here all day.
Ready.
On first down, Wolf. And his throw is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wolf. It's caught here by Adams. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Wolf. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
The touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. On 4th down, Wolf. He's got Evans. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. The throw over the middle taken in. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And he is all the way up past the 25.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They'll begin the drive with Breida. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Let's go, team.
Here's Breida. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Operating from the gun. Starts. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Zadarius Smith picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one will go down. It's 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the fourth quarter, going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard, realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
Airing this one out for Evans. It's caught inside the 25. 39 yards there, a big one. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 24-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun. Wolf. Going to throw right side here. Complete. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Buccaneers.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Well, for a second there, I had flashbacks to a few years ago, the NFC Championship game for the Packers, but here they're able to hold on.
And many things changed in Green Bay after that game. Personnel, people coaching, the whole deal. And in this case, they get it done. No fail like they had in Seattle.
A handoff to Breida to begin the drive. And an alley to run. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Matt Breida, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Wolf. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And the tackle there will go to Charles Harris. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Check 99. Check 81.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, Starks lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
He's got Adams on the hookup. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Marr on for the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once.
He's got a man complete. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Wolf. He finds his target. It's Evans. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Cameron Brate, 33 yards. And the Bucs are able to cut in now to that deficit. Now the Bucs offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. From the gun, Wolf. And he's going to get in. So they're back within 11. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. And sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But he identified an open target and put it right on him.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
They run with Breida. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.